Jeremy Clarkson has shared his no-holds-barred opinion on the Conservatives' plan to reintroduce national service if re-elected at the July 4th general election. Last week, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced plans for 18-year-olds to take part in a national service scheme should he remain in power. Details remain relatively vague at this early stage, but the Tories have confirmed it would come in two avenues: community volunteering and military training. In the community volunteering option, teenagers would participate in a volunteering course within their local community one weekend a month for an entire year. Meanwhile, the military option would allow 30,000 teenagers to spend a year full-time in the armed forces, though not in combat roles. However, the move to win over voters hasn't worked on Clarkson, who took to X, formerly Twitter, to sharply criticise Sunak's proposal. He wrote to his 8 million followers, "Here's an idea. Instead of national service, which is obviously idiotic, how about kids working on farms?" Clarkson, who owns a farm near Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire, has documented his farming experiences in Amazon's record-breaking series Clarkson's Farm. Following his verdict, many of Clarkson's fans echoed his sentiments. One replied, "Public service is admirable. It's the compulsory idea that's ridiculous. Imagine these wasters dictating to anyone. They are the self-centered wasters, not the 18-year-olds. Clarkson concurred with this, saying he couldn't agree more. After suggesting youngsters pursue farming rather than Sunak's idiotic plans, Clarkson was asked about potential jobs available at his farm on Diddley Squat. Standing by his claims, Clarkson doubled down. "Yes, the shop is always on the lookout for bright, chatty people. We don't care about qualifications, just be fun." Clarkson added to another user, "If you would work hard and be prepared to put your whole arm in a cow and never moan, we'd take you." In his Times column this past weekend, Jeremy Clarkson also claimed that the Tories stand to lose the election after committing a fatal mistake. The Conservative Party's biggest problem is that it is no longer the Conservative Party, he stated, and that it's because it's been listening and taking inspiration from people who are talking, not those who aren't. Despite the criticism of his proposals, Rishi Sunak has stood by his national service plans while speaking to reporters this past weekend. He said, "This modern form of national service will mean that young people will get the skills and opportunities that they need, which is going to serve them very well in life. It is going to foster a culture of service which is going to be incredibly powerful for making our society more cohesive. And in a more uncertain and dangerous world, it's going to strengthen our country's security and resilience." Daniel Smith, GB News.